Why rely on big car companies to provide you with an out-of-this-world off-road experience when you can take the mechanical work into your own hands? These 7 DIY off-road machines are a few examples of the genius that goes into unique and terrain-conquering forms of transportation. Number 1. Russian Off-Road. When going off-road, who doesn't want versatility? This Russian off-road vehicle keeps that need for variation in mind, even as it impresses with its standard appearance. This massive vehicle is almost tank-like in its build. Its 6 wheels make it ideal for traveling over unwieldy terrain and ensure that it can travel more easily up high slopes. This vehicle also benefits, though, from the addition of rollers that can be wrapped over its wheels in order to provide it with improved traction. The addition of these rollers sees this vehicle excel not only when moving uphill, but also allows it to conquer the snow, mud, and other terrains that would challenge a lesser off-roader. While the size of this vehicle might be intimidating, it just goes to show that a larger build doesn't limit the kinds of elements that a vehicle can defeat. Number 2. Motorcycle Off-Road. If 6-wheelers aren't your thing, why not try 3? This off-road motorcycle looks more like a tricycle, but that doesn't mean it's any less powerful when it takes on unusual terrains. This motorcycle's primary feature is its oversized, lightweight wheels. The body of the bike is notable too, if solely for how little there is to it. The bike, overall, isn't meant to weigh much, and that intention shows in its design. The traction garnered by the larger wheels make the bike excellent in wet conditions, and their size, partnered with the bike's lightness, allow the whole vehicle to float. It is also an exceptionally easy vehicle to clean and can be taken apart in order to transport it from one environment to another. This isn't technically an amphibious vehicle, but it gets exceptionally close. Regardless, this is a motorcycle that operates impressively in a number of unique terrains. Number 3. Yamaha with huge tires. Speaking of tricycles, there's another bike out in the wild that intends to conquer the snow, ice, and bigger bodies of water. This modified Yamaha has tires that truly wild in size. The bike is light enough with the addition of these tires that it travels easily through the snow and doesn't disturb the ice that may develop on a variety of lakes in the winter. If the bike does crash through, though, it can in fact float in water as well as move in all directions. The bike's rear-wheel drive propels the vehicle forward when it is submerged and allows for a limited gain in speed. It may be difficult to move the bike from the water to ice or land, but this bike is still a perfectly suitable amphibious vehicle. Number 4. Electric Spider Car. In a step away from some of the other off-road vehicles mentioned here, we can take a look at the French electric Spider Car. Sponsored by Swincar, this vehicle doesn't have the same dominating size as the other cars on this list, but it remains especially nimble when taking on unconventional driving environments. It actually looks far more like some modern 4-legged robots than a car, seating one with its 4 wheels attached to the body via jointed limbs. These limbs all move independently of one another, thus earning the vehicle its title of Spider Car. The tires themselves look equivalent to bike tires, meaning that while they are small, they have excellent traction and maintain better control while taking on the slopes of France. While this vehicle may not be especially speedy or amphibious, it has no trouble squeezing into tight spaces and defying expectations. Number 5. Russian DIY Off-Road Tank. We've already touched on tank-like vehicles, but there is more than one clever mind making larger than average vehicles in Russia. There is a VAZ 2108 that has been modified in such a way that it's less of a car and more of a monster. This vehicle has been decked out with rollers that are nearly as tall as the car itself. This does more than make it a bigger car though. The VAZ 2801, with its exceptional wheel supports and the addition of the rollers, can move across difficult terrain with ease. Wooded areas may provide a challenge, as it's more than possible for sticks to get stuck in this vehicle's supports. But taking on hilly areas or muddy ground will be as easy as ever. 6. Dodge Ram 2500 Bog Hunter. Want a vehicle that's a little more specialized? Then you'll be especially interested in bog hunters. This bog hunter, in particular, is rooted in a modification of a Dodge Ram 2500. This hunter has 10 wheels to support the body of its truck. It is also a torque monster thanks to its automatic transmission and its 6.7 L Cummins diesel i6. This amphibious vehicle runs on diesel and has no trouble at all moving from water to land and back again. Overall, this bog hunter is an impressive piece of do-it-yourself machinery that stands out from other mud maneuvering vehicles with its size and versatility. 7. VAZ 2104. Finally, moving away from DIY just a little, we can take a look at the VAZ 2104 as sponsored by snowfootcar.com. The whole of this car is supported by 2 rear tires, a frame, and a ski. What the massive tires lack for tread, they make up for in support, enabling the car to move through snow with ease. This is, after all, a primarily snow-based vehicle. The ski, the stands-in for the 2 front wheels, will help drivers maneuver through snowy hills with ease. But it means that the vehicle will have to be reserved for the winter months. It's also worth noting that this car has a manual transmission and can seat up to 4 people, making it a great step above the average snowmobile. If you would like to see more content like this, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more interesting lists.